In a small village in rural India, nestled amidst lush green fields and winding dirt paths, lived a young girl named Radha. She was 12 years old, with large, expressive eyes and a shy, dimpled smile. Radha's family was very poor. Her father worked as a farmer, toiling from dawn to dusk, but the income from the small piece of land was never enough to support the family. Her mother, burdened with the household chores and taking care of Radha's younger siblings, also contributed by doing small odd jobs in the village. Radha had always dreamed of going to school, of learning to read and write, and perhaps one day becoming a teacher. However, the harsh reality of poverty had made her dreams seem like distant stars, twinkling far out of reach. To help her family, Radha began working in the homes of wealthier villagers. Every morning, she would wake up before the sun rose, help her mother with the chores, and then walk several miles to the nearby town, where she worked as a maid in several houses. In the mornings, Radha would sweep and mop the floors, wash dishes, and do laundry in a large, sprawling bungalow owned by the town's headman. The headman's wife was a kind woman who sometimes gave Radha extra food to take home. In the afternoons, she worked for Mrs. Sharma, an elderly widow who lived alone. Mrs. Sharma often sat Radha down and told her stories of her own childhood, of a time when life was simpler and people were kinder. Despite the long hours and the physical toll of her work, Radha never complained. She took pride in the fact that she was helping her family survive. Every rupee she earned went towards buying food, medicines for her ailing grandfather, and school supplies for her younger brother and sister, who were fortunate enough to attend the local school. One day, while cleaning Mrs. Sharma's house, Radha found a dusty old trunk in the attic. Curiosity got the better of her, and with Mrs. Sharma's permission, she opened it. Inside were books, dozens of them, old and new, on various subjects. Mrs. Sharma noticed Radha's fascination and, with a warm smile, handed her a book. "Take it," she said gently. "Learn from it. Knowledge is the one thing no one can ever take away from you." From that day on, Radha would spend her evenings reading. She learned about the world beyond her village, about history, science, and literature. Mrs. Sharma became her unofficial tutor, guiding her through the books, explaining difficult concepts, and encouraging her to dream bigger. Radha's thirst for knowledge grew with each passing day, and she found herself yearning for more than just survival. One evening, as the village gathered to celebrate a festival, Radha approached the headman. She respectfully bowed and with newfound confidence, asked if she could attend the village school. The headman, impressed by her dedication and supported by Mrs. Sharma's recommendation, agreed to pay for her education. Radha's life began to change. She attended school in the mornings, worked in the afternoons, and studied late into the night. It was exhausting, but Radha's spirit was unbreakable. Her determination inspired those around her, and she soon became a beacon of hope for other girls in the village. Years passed, and Radha's hard work bore fruit. She graduated at the top of her class and earned a scholarship to a prestigious college in the city. The day she left for college, the entire village came to see her off, proud of the girl who had shown them that dreams, no matter how distant, could indeed be reached. Radha never forgot where she came from. She returned to her village often, not as the poor girl who once worked in homes, but as a teacher, a mentor, and an inspiration. She built a small school with the help of donations, ensuring that every child, regardless of their financial background, had the opportunity to learn and dream, just as she had. And so, Radha's story, once one of